fun, and I think somebody mentioned naked. So thus, I did a sort of a meta-analysis of all the projects and was interested in seeing like what are some of the themes that tie what was successful about a lot of these projects. So I was taking a lot of notes and doing some last-minute changes. Okay, so here's a meta insight of my meta-analysis, and that is that all of the insights that I'm about to tell you, and these are 6 insights, are not comprehensive, but I think they'll cover most of the ground. All of these insights apply not just to calming, but to all behavior change and behavior design. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's kick it off. First insight. You need to personalize your message or your intervention to your audience. And a couple of examples of projects within this class are Yi's exercise project where he actually sent personal messages to the people. Benjamin's personalized baby photos. Huyen's video blog, which actually had people part of the project in the video. And Amy's Itch Me Now, where she actually sent personal messages to differentiated the messages for the people that didn't respond versus the people that did respond. So bottom line is, look, this is not a one-size-fits-all, just like every other type of intervention you would do. The next insight is that the next insight kind of covers the previous one and goes forward, and that is technology is not a tool. Technology is a tool, not a solution. Right? It's easy to ignore spam mail or a mass message sent from a computer. It's harder to ignore something that has a personal touch or a message you get from a friend, somebody you know closely. And I think this speaks to the importance of integrating the technology you're using with existing behaviors. And that leads me to the next one, which is don't reinvent the wheel. Use what already works. So a lot of people here used existing platforms or existing behaviors and integrated the technology with that. So I just want to call out a few examples. I think a lot of people notice the importance of social relationships and integrating their interventions with the social relationships. A lot of people use existing platforms such as Facebook's, whether it's Facebook events or the Facebook groups, and they use those platforms to launch their projects. And I think kind of the insight from this tells me that you don't necessarily need to create a new platform or new technology or a new behavior per se in trying to spread calming technology. It actually helps a lot to use all those existing behaviors and existing platforms. Just mix it up in a different way. Okay. Fourth insight is the beauty of tapping into those deeply held human emotions, right? And there's 3 things that immediately come to mind: babies, animals, and sex. They just, they bring out those primal feelings. And a couple of examples of people that did that well, I thought, are Amy with her Itch Me Now and her kangaroo kind of mascot, which really kind of just made it seem really easy and approachable. And then Benjamin, too, with his Shine Like Children project, where he actually collected baby pictures of all the roommates and used that as a way to just make it seem less threatening. Fifth, vulnerability breeds influence. I think this picture speaks volumes. You have one single guy holding up 4 tanks, right? Well, 2 projects which I think that really kind of lived up to this are Sean's Text to Smile project and Frank's Grow Smiling product. And I think that simple fact of putting yourself out there, some goofy picture of yourself smiling, sending it to a bunch of people, by expressing that vulnerability and sharing that vulnerability, you're inviting people to come into that space and experience that with you. So I thought that was very powerful. And then finally, the power of iteration. So whether we're talking about Colton's Bunny's Text Kindness project, or Huyen's daily affirmation on YouTube, or started off with texting. In fact, this entire class, if you notice one thing, is that there was a lot of iteration throughout the projects. And the beauty of this is that it feeds learning, right? So the thing with iteration is not just to change, is to learn and use that learning to change. So I'd like to just summarize these 6 insights, examples of iteration in the whole class. personalize your message, leverage technology as a tool, use what already works, tap into those deeply held human emotions, be vulnerable, and iterate. And I'd just like to end with one question, and that is, as I said, I didn't mean for this to be comprehensive, and as I was listening to some of the presentations, a couple of other things came to mind of other insights that I noticed flowing through the different projects. Concreteness was one, intimacy was another, and my question to you, the audience and the judges, is what other insights did you hear that flowed through the different projects? Thank you.
Kyra, we're going to let you go first, and this we'll have you comment on Edwards. And we didn't specifically call you out. I know you've been to class before and the students have thanked you, but students, please thank Kyra for her help. Okay, back to the task at hand. Comment on Edwards.